Welcome all of you. So in this video we are going to see what are the things we must check. There's a checklist for the entire physics syllabus of ICSE. Okay, how you should prepare yourself, what are the things you should focus on. Basically it's a checklist that have I done all these things, okay, which will finally lead to a good paper. Okay, so this is a checklist. Basically no sums will be done here, but then I will just tell you how to proceed with your ICSE physics syllabus. Okay, so let's see. Firstly, the very first point is, for ICSE, you have numericals in light, you have numericals in electricity, you have numericals in the chapter force. Also, there are lots of numericals. There is little bit of numericals in radioactivity also. Okay, and then some numericals are there in heat, little in sound. Okay, so the main chapters of numericals are force, heat, electricity, light and sound. These are the main chapters where you have numericals, and wherever you have numericals you have lots of formulas, especially electricity and that chapter in force. So what you have to do in this chapter is, first thing, you jot down, you write down all the formulae in one place. That is one very important thing. It should not happen that you are going for the exam and you can't do a sum because you are not very sure of the formula. So all formulae in one place. Okay, so first thing is formulae. All formulae in one sheet of paper. Okay, so you can also see them just before going to the exams. The second one is all the exercises in the physics textbook of your concise physics, the exercises given behind, the numericals given behind in each chapter should be done before you do your, I tell this in all my videos, before you do your sample papers, your previous year's question papers. Before that, the entire exercise, including the questions and the numericals, everything has to be finished. Okay, that is very, very important. So, exercises. Don't even proceed to question paper without doing the exercises. You will get stuck. Okay, let me talk about the third point now, how to proceed. The third point is, you have lots of diagrams. Light has lots of diagrams. Okay, and sometimes you are asked to label, but in light mostly you are asked to draw the diagrams. Then you have diagrams in little bit of diagrams in the chapter force also. Very simple sketches are there in force. Okay, in lever you have, in the chapter machines you have diagrams of the first class lever, the second class lever. Okay, so you don't have to draw them, but then you'll have to remember which is under which case. So that you have to give special attention to. Okay, then you have diagrams in the chapter, diagram of small sketch of a couple. Okay, so you should not miss on the labeling, that is very often asked. So all the diagrams has to be drawn in one place. Okay, all diagrams to be drawn in one place. Then you have diagrams for, I would say, I consider them as diagrams only. How do you get an alpha decay? Okay, how the helium proton is ejected for an alpha, or how a beta decay happens, that equation, that also should be written. In fact, that should be written under formula. Okay, so all diagrams in one place, especially diagrams of prism, diagrams of TIR. Okay, TIR is, ICSE will not have a question paper without a question on TIR. So that is absolutely important, especially light diagrams, I always say. Okay, very, very important. Then, so these are the first three things you should do, and this should be done well in advance, because 2 months before the exam, now there's almost 2 months left, 2 months before the exam you should start with your question papers and you should be done with your exercises. Okay, then the fourth one, leave your notebooks. Notes don't work. Okay, notes don't work for ICSE. Your textbook is so designed that all the definitions are highlighted, any principle is highlighted, any equation is highlighted. So all give three characteristics, three reasons, everything is beautifully done under headings. So learn from the textbook so you will not miss anything. Okay, if you are making notes of it, you might miss small things. So notes don't work. It is only textbook for physics. At least for physics, it's only textbook. Okay, fifth one. What is the fifth thing that you should do? Now, in the fifth one, you have things like now ICSE syllabus, physics syllabus is full of either it's give reasons. Okay, so learn your give reasons well. Your give reasons should be learned well. Now, give reasons, where do we get? We have give reasons in the chapter heat, specific heat capacity, and we have the even for heat capacity, we have give reasons for latent heat. We have give reasons for even the chapter machines, couple, and all those things we have give reasons, lots of. So lots of give reasons to be written with the keyword. What I mean by keyword is, if they say that why do mountains, why doesn't the snow in the mountains melt altogether in the summers, and you need to put down the latent heat of fusion and underline it because it is the keyword in that answer. Okay, so if you are writing the give reason without the keyword, you cannot expect marks. Sixth one. What is the sixth one? Okay, now ICSE syllabus is full of either definitions, okay, you have either definitions or you have characteristics, okay, characteristics, three characteristics of something, okay, or you have conditions, two conditions of TIR, okay, so it is made up of conditions. So all these you have to learn from the textbook. They always have a question paper where they will ask you two conditions for TIR to happen. Okay, so two conditions for a couple, or two conditions for something else in electricity. Okay, so they will always, and they are all given in proper headings. Seventh one is, there is a type of question asked in ICSE where they ask definition. You have to get these prepared. 1 volt, definition of 1 volt. Okay, then you have definition of what is 1 dime, they will ask you. Okay, or they'll ask you what is 1 ohm. So every unit is reduced to 1 and then asked. Then they'll ask you 1 joule. So these are always asked. So that is another thing. Apart from this, of course, you have your numericals. You have lots of numericals that has to be done. That has to be done. Every chapter has its own numericals, so you have to do them. Okay, not writing formula is not enough. Apart from this, now what else is to be done in the police chapter? In the police chapter, that wiring of the, they will give you 5 pulleys, 4 pulleys, whatever. They will ask you to put the string around it. Okay, so ninth one is stringing a pulley. That is important. Okay, so you have to learn to string a pulley in the in this question, in the chapter machines. Okay. What else is there? Yes, the last but not the least, ICSE is made up of, ICSE physics has lots of graphs. I am not saying the graphs of on the actual graph sheet, but you have lots of graphs which you must keep ready. They might ask you to read a graph, or they might also ask you to draw a graph. Okay, they might ask you to label a graph as well, and they will ask different questions based on that. Now, which graphs? See, one is a VI graph, okay, one is an IV graph. Now, it is important to remember IV graph, the slope gives, does the slope give, in IV graph, does it give resistance, or in VI graph, does it give resistance? Where does it give resistance? Where does it give conductance? Okay, that is one thing. Apart from this, there is more graphs. Even in latent heat there is graph. Okay, latent heat also you will find a graph. Okay, now there are graphs in other chapters also, where you have lots of graphs in sound. Okay, you have graph for simple graphs for you'll have simple graphs for damped vibration, and you'll have graph for, you'll have another graph for free vibration. Okay, so free and damped, so they might ask you to draw the graph, and might ask you to they might even ask you to recognize, and once they draw that graph, they will ask how much is the frequency. That type of question again becomes very scoring also, it becomes very scoring. So graph questions are generally very scoring, provided you give little bit of attention to that. Okay, so this is actually the you just have to check whether you are doing all this, and results will follow. So you just have to check. I have given here 10 points how to proceed with physics ICSE syllabus. I have taken up electricity to some extent. Okay, so I have uploaded a video on that, but now I shall be uploading all different chapters. I'll be uploading checklists. Okay, so checklists for all different chapters in physics, chemistry and maths I'll keep uploading, so that it can take you to the exams safely. So if you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed by now. Okay, and please keep checking the playlist. I have separate videos for ICSE and CBSE, so, and maths and physics, all separate videos are there. Please check the playlist for more videos. You can also check in the description box. There are lots of links uploaded in the description box. Thanks all of you. Wish you good luck. Bye then.